And welcome to Board Stupid. My name's Wayne.
I'm Tom.
I'm Simon.
And I'm always Matt.
You are always
Maybe.
Matt. Maybe. Yeah, absolutely. This is day 3 at Spiel. I can't even talk. It's already a mess. This is the end of the Saturday, historically the busiest day.
Yeah.
And we've been busy.
Yes. Well, very busy. The hall's getting empty now. There is a lot of people getting out, but yeah.
And we're on the way to a beer at some point. So
Yes.
let's start with some highlights. Tom, what have you got to tell us about?
Okay, so we started today by visiting Osprey Games. We played Battalion War of the Ancients, which is, for those of you who are familiar, very evocative of the Total War PC games. You basically have regions on a battlefield and units that are basically just cardboard tiles stacked up in units. And they're fairly simple in terms of how they sort of function and how they interact with one another. But you have this sort of very clever tactical and strategical play about where you're going to deploy those units, how they're going to attack across sections or within that section. It plays up to 4 players.
It's like a rank and file battle game, but it's rather than having loads of miniatures, it's just this tile of cardboard is this rank. And you have like very limited action selection, which also then becomes your, if you get attacked and take damage, you lose actions to damage basically. So if you don't win the fight very quickly, you're going to have to fall back or you're just going to lose ranks really quick.
Very, very tight sort of action economy.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the first time that we saw it at UKG, we say this is Warhammer on cardboard, basically.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And
And I think you liked it more than you thought you would, right?
It reminds me of sort of like the old battle reports from like White Dwarf.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
With the little, little like, square units
Yeah.
being pushed around on a map.
and
It grew on me real quick.
Nice.
And stay on Osprey Game, we had a chat with Benji. Hey Benji, how you doing? And we found out a little bit more of what is coming out for 2025. So there are a few games that are really, really interesting. Again, the Osprey interview is going to
Check
go
that out
up
soon,
on the
yeah.
channel in the next few days. But we saw something about bears that looks amazing.
Really, really cool.
And what is going to be the new implementation of Undaunted Callisto. That is not going to be another Undaunted, but it's going to be a card game, something that makes a little bit of Ratlands, a little bit of it's very
absolutely.
interesting.
Well, it's focused 2-player deck building. Looks super fun. Right.
What else?
Yeah, Simon, tell us something else.
We spent a good few minutes talking to the guys who produced Heliana's Guide to Monster Hunting, a weapon of a book, 600 pages deep. Gives you loads of new races, loads of new crafting, looting, monster hunting, all kinds of stuff for D&D 5th edition. Adaptations coming soon, coming to D&D Beyond
Huge
soon.
labour of love, that book.
They
It's
had
gorgeous.
like a massive collector's box with monster miniatures, enamel pins, an absolute treat to look at. And loads of extra Kickstarter stuff coming soon as well.
And I can imagine, Simon, your money's already on it, being a big D&D.
I'm still tempted.
Fair enough. One of you.
Matt, what do you want to talk about? What do
You go, because my mind is fried. No, I know we spend a lot of times with the Ares game guys. We saw 4 amazing games. A couple of them were on our list. First one is I'll start with Eterna, because it's a Roman-based game.
Another one.
Well, it's not my fault. It looks like it's a team that sells.
Yeah.
So it seems like a very, very good Euro worker placement, resources management game.
It's an area majority as well.
The area majority is not as complicated or heavy as something like Brussels Birmingham, for example, but I say it's just a little bit lower than that.
Same designer, Martin Wallace. So,
Exactly. It's another Martin Wallace. If you follow the channel, you know that we've been following this game for a while now. What else? What was your pick from Ares game?
Ares Games, Outside Dawn of Civilization looks amazing. We were already featuring it on the Hype Factor, and actually seeing it in person and getting the full overview from Jim. Thank you, Jim. This game is something else. I think it's a real sweet spot.
Yes.
Relatively light for a game like that. You've got some great area majority elements, some great deck building, even a little bit of civilization building with a tech tree kind of thing.
Yeah.
So love that whole concept. It looks absolutely fantastic, man.
Yeah, and then we saw another one that it went a little bit under the radar, for us as well.
I've never heard of it.
And it's Barbarian Kingdom, that is up to 6-player war game on a board. So still,
Very light
we're
war
talking
game,
about in a light way, but it could be like the perfect introduction to people for actually war games.
Freaking cool the way they explained it. It was great. A very striking look, but it also has this like sort of blind resources. And when you're invading, you kind of like put them in a bag, and you can sort of bribe people to then take over their areas. It really, the way it works is
It's
so
really cool.
Okay.
So you can like go heavy on try and take people over, but you spend all your money and then you're shafted for their.
But you still get a bit of like espionage.
Yeah, a little bit of that going on as well. Great.
But yeah, Ares Games are completely killing it. They got another game that right now my mind is blank. I can't remember, but it's a vertical tile placement game where you actually building these tree houses, but you do it vertically and you slide.
Tiles.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Again,
Go check that
more about it. We'll do a proper
cover,
piece on all that stuff.
Anything else, chaps? What else have we got?
I bought a game from the classic coupling of Keing and Kramer. I picked up Amygdala for an absolute steal at Game Brewer. Suddenly they're closing down. Luckily, it means all their prices are cut, which is great.
It's not great for the community, but great for your
It's a shame.
pockets.
They're
It is
selling
a
the
shame.
games either way. They're selling pints and pints of beer as well. They're fine.
Speaking of Kramer and Keing,
Then went and played a demo game, a very early prototype of their brand new game called Lords of Worlds. You're gods in the supermarket buying tile sections.
And if you watch the preview video for Spiel, you might know something.
Yeah, exactly. It's been mentioned, right? Yeah.
Incredibly fun. It looks super simple to start with.
Yeah.
You've got an open map with hexes, different 4 different terrain types and some special bonuses. You maneuver and pick up the tiles using cards. Cards of about 4 or 5 different suits. On your turn, you either replenish your card stock or you pick up one of these tiles. You choose your placement of the tile. It either scores immediately or you start creating connected chains, which then give you an incrementing score at the end of the game. So if you manage to get like 12 tiles connected.
Building chains and sets, building tiles of the same number. So there's some sort of clever little mechanics that you can do when you're placing your tiles.
It's that classic double layer tile placing thing. Like I can do the basic thing, or I can do like the combo thing and see which one works best.
It's got some really cool sort of market replenishment mechanics as well that randomize.
And there goes the lights.
There's the lights. We'll wrap up.
Woo! I'm just going to stay on the subject of Kramer and Keing. Wolfgang Kramer. We played the new version of Tikal Legend.
Oh,
It's amazing. Oh, it's so
guys,
good.
that is a thing of beauty.
That might be.
Absolutely amazing to look, amazing to play. We're gonna see about this game a lot.
Yeah, Tikal 2.0, absolutely phenomenal game. Was there even,
after the forest, we went into the desert playing Under Our Sun.
We're not done yet. We played a lot of games.
Yes, it's been a lot of gaming today, and amazing adventure, semi-cooperative,
No, it's
survival,
totally cooperative.
semi-cooperative if you
We played
include
the
the.
cooperative.
Yeah, we played a cooperative because we are nice guys, but you can play with one of them being the traitor and trying to kill the other.
Yeah, vibes
But-
of Dead of Winter.
Yes, in a
Vibes
post-apocalyptic
of Fallout.
thing. So
Very,
yeah,
it's very sort of like survival and crafting heavy.
Yeah, the sense
really,
of,
really tight on
sense of
resources.
needing to survive was really key and really like to the front, which is fantastic.
but again, more about this specific game in the future.
In the coming
we got
days,
in the coming
we'll have
weeks,
an interview with
but
them as well.
Dead of Winter, Fallout, mix them together, give it a shake, and make it into a solid game. Very good. Anything else? Well, we are
There's one.
here.
At Mind Clash Game Stands.
We
So got some really good
are
stuff there.
just finished the demo for Revenant. That is the new game that is gonna come out on Kickstarter in the next
In the Void
few
4
weeks.
universe.
In the Void 4 universe. This one is worker placement game with a big
It's
feeling.
like a huge 3D worker placement game.
Kind of a bit of, not quite deck management, but lots of card play in there as well. You upgrade ships, improve your captain and so on. So much going on. Kind of melted all of our brains at the end of a long Saturday.
With the cool gimmick of the game being there's worker placement spaces that will disappear over the course of the game as they get attacked.
Or they move around.
Or they move
do
around,
different
they do
things.
different stuff,
Yeah.
Yeah,
really cool.
and it gave us a lot of the feelings of taking an episode of Battlestar Galactica, not the board game,
You
Battlestar
sit down
Galactica, the
and you look
TV
at it,
show.
you're like, this looks like
It's
every
really,
frame
really
I can
good.
remember of Battlestar Galactica.
And we'll definitely gonna follow more this game in the upcoming
amazing.
week when the Kickstarter is gonna launch, and it's gonna be. It was really, really good.
So what an amazing day at Spiel 2024. That's Saturday. We have one more day tomorrow. We're going to try and demo as much as we can and get that done. We've got a few things already lined up. We've got a couple more chats to have. And then before we know it, we blink and we are already back home in the UK.
Sadly.
But we've got like 25 at least new games to play when we get back, so it's all good.
So it's all good and loads of content. And if you want to check that out, you should certainly hit the subscribe button and follow for when all that amazing content is released over the next few weeks. And we're going to catch you again real soon. Say goodbye, chaps.
Goodbye, chaps.
Ciao.
What's it